Do people look at social media on their computer or desktops? No, right? There's no fucking way.
Dude, there are boomers that goes like this.
Yeah,
like,
that's
just
true,
lower their thing and they just like fucking do QAnon.
Oh my god.
Oh
Mr.
my-
Potato Head's transsexual now? Remember that thing that it
was it transsexual like Mr. Potato Head?
It was
putting a hat on Mrs.
what's his
Potato
name?
Head? Mustache on Mrs. Potato Head?
Oh my god, the fucking comedian, Beautiful Dogs, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, yeah.
So you hear that skit when he's like his dad, his dad's like this drunk Irish guy,
watches,
super conservative.
Watches Fox News all day.
And he's like, Mr. Potato Head's trans now? What? Then he fucking leaves the room. It's like,
It's a bunch of like, it's funny, like, yeah, it's crazy how, like, it's so not funny to be like liberal now. It used to be like, that was like the George Carlin.
Exactly, dude. But
right?
Conservatives are funny ones now.
Yeah, they're the funny ones now,
Yeah.
right? Like, I wouldn't say Shane Gillis is like conservative, but he's like conservative leaning, but he's leftist ideas.
Yes, I'd say he's pretty centrist, to be honest.
Yeah.
And but his dad is obviously not, though.
Yeah.
So his dad is hysterical because he tells stories about his dad. Because it reminds me of my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
He was like fucking right wing as you can get, bro. And like it's my dad's dad.
Yeah. It's concerning because like why have it should be like there should be no groupthink. I feel like for liberals, I think that was what was supposed to be the point, right?
Exactly.
Like South Park was a liberal show. It was like completely like out of the box. Let's think wild shit.
Yeah.
And like the truth is closer to this wild shit, not like Christian values, this Puritan values and whatnot, right? That's been given to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a break from tradition was supposed to be the thing. But then now you create traditions. Create Mrs. Potato Head with a mustache.
Yeah. It makes me think another excellent thing I watched long form outside the Putin interview was the Destiny versus
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro debate.
Yeah.
That was very good. I love that. I think that was a great debate.
There was no anti-Hamas sentiment though.
There was no anti-Hamas. There was an anti-Hamas.
No, there was no anti-Hamas.
Oh, anti-Hamas. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Ben Shapiro is Jewish. I don't really expect him to have that stance.
Yeah, he's just kind of like the fast talking Jewish guy.
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand what he talks really fast.
Yeah. Like I usually do 1.5x speed for my thing.
And you can't with him.
No, and then Destiny talks fast too. So I'm like,
yeah.
I fucking had to listen to like 2 hours of this.
2 hours, yeah.
I'm like, fuck, Jesus. I couldn't 1x that one.
Yeah.
Like
I thought they had a lot more in common than probably they thought they did before that.
I think a lot of the I think everyone's centrist.
Everyone who's not a crazy motherfucker is centrist.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
If you can debate and like it doesn't escalate to a crazy place,
yeah.
I think you're quite centrist.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there might be little tweaks of like, okay, how you handle fucking, I don't know, bathrooms for transsexuals or whatever, right?
Did they even talk about that?
I don't know.
No, they didn't.
I think they kind of talked about it a little
They
bit.
did? I don't remember this part. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, those are like weird, like fringy stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I loved the part on academia. How both Ben and Destiny were like conservatives should be part of the conversation in academia, and so I believe this to be 100% true. And I am a left leaning person. You fucking need liberals. You need conservatives. Conservatives. You need liberals. Because if you don't have each other, you go into the craziest fucking like spaces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dude?
Like, yeah, I don't want to disclose too much of our work, but like, we work with data sets that require male or female.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes they have like stuff like gender in it, and it's like weird. Yeah.
So you actually don't know what the biological sex of the person is?
Well, there's a specification of what that is, right? Gender is different.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you have both of those in your data set. I didn't know that.
Clinical information has that. Yeah. So it's interesting, like, and that I feel like a right-leaning person was like, what the fuck is this about?
True.
Right.
But to a scientist, that is an extra variable that could give you information.
Right, but usually there's no two values, right? It was just one
It'll
value.
be biological sex because everyone, because that's the most informative
But
feature.
there are some people who assign it as, because there's only one entry for sex.
Oh, they assign it to the gender.
Yeah.
Which is, that's it. Okay. This is going to sound, if you're a transgender person listening to this, you are doing yourself a disservice by not putting your biological sex as a feature in your clinical report, because that's what really matters as far as treatment's concerned.
Yes.
In
absolutely.
most things.
Yes.
Because of chromosomal differences between the sexes, and other things, hormones and stuff like that. So, yeah, you could be on hormone therapy. You could be on that's additional information that would be helpful. You could be biologically female but transition to a male. Both of those things are helpful to know as a clinician.
Yeah, you don't know where these models are doing the decisions in the future, and so make sure you use your biological sex, because
at least your biological sex.
At least.
Yeah.
Because that's what the model is built on. Yeah. Just coming from a data viewpoint, that you will get the wrong treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love the part of academics because, and I love what Destiny said when Ben was like, well, if things get bad enough, we'll have to create alternative universities. And Destiny was like, please don't fucking say that. That's a sad day. If you have to literally create different universities based upon people's political fucking affiliation. That is a sad future for America.
Yeah, I'm with Destiny on that one.
Yeah.
You should well, I guess in Ben Shapiro's point, is there a certain kind of meritocracy or capitalism kind of thing that can occur where then there could be some mixing and everyone would gain from it? Or is it better to, from Destiny's standpoint, to come from within? That there should be a more balanced movement from within the universities versus building completely something new.
Well, I think Ben's being hypocritical when he says that, because on one end he was complaining about how people are in their echo chambers. I think it was him talking about it. It could have been Destiny. When potentially, and he's not completely advocating for this, but he's saying it's better than, maybe the alternative if no one lets us have a voice, right? But that's the same thing. That's an echo chamber too. If you have separate universities, that's also echo chambering.
Yeah, that is
right?
hypocrisy. Yeah, because if you're like, bro, let's have a conversation. This is the right wing kind of trope, right?
Yeah.
That's I want to have talk of ideas, right? Their conservatism's maxed on the virtue of free exchange of ideas, but when they don't have that themselves.
Right. Yes.
Right. It's the hypocrisy of that kind of trope.
Yeah.
Because then I'll make my own echo chamber with my own thoughts and have this university, reflect it. That's not conducive to exchange of thoughts.
I agree. I think you don't know your subject matter well enough unless you can defend it from someone who comes from a different school of thought. If you let's say we're back in Darwin times, right? And I came across evolution, right? And I was like, damn, this thing, if I can't explain it to a non-believer, and if I can't at least, maybe not change their mind, but at least buffer their criticisms, then do I deserve to even have that stance? You have people that are in these echo chambers, right? And it's usually, let's be honest, it's in the soft sciences. Hard sciences don't have this problem.
They're all autistic.
Yeah.
They're all like, what? No, let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about electrons.
Yeah, why are we talking about numbers right now? And Ben said that too. He's like, this doesn't plague the hard sciences, it plagues the soft sciences. And he's right. So, although it can plague hard sciences too. I'm not saying it can't. But if you're building these ideas in an echo chamber and then you don't allow yourself to be challenged because you said you consider it to be a infringement upon your rights or something, that's not true. You have to be able to defend your idea against people who don't like it or say it's wrong. So
yeah. I also think it's a youth thing. I think when you're young, you're generally more liberal. That's a classic thing. That's true. Right? You become more conservative as you age. I feel it, dude.
You like the Roman Empire, don't you?
I like the Roman Empire. Yeah. I like reading about history now and comparing it to
early on second conservatism.
Comparing the Roman Empire with the imperialistic American Empire. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's my thing. No, I think I am. It's, you know what it is? When you're young, you don't have shit. You don't have shit to protect, right?
Yes.
You don't have any money. You don't have any money. And all those policies, I would say, reflect that kind of mind. And it's good to have those minds because they make the interesting shit.
Mm-hmm.
All the great artists, all the great technologies, I think, were made by young people.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about like Microsoft, Steve Jobs, Apple, Google. All young people made these things. Like Facebook. Young people make great technological improvements and create, empire companies. Conservatives don't. I don't know any conservative company that's like, kills it in the tech sector because of the innovation of ideas. If you have that kind of mindset, you're already playing defense.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I think liberals have an offensive mindset. Like, let's go for it. Go, go, go. Let's like think about new shit. Let's go for it. And you need that fire with the thing that makes iron, right? Like strengthening iron. And I think the entire thing is what America is.
Yeah.
Right? You have the fire melting the iron, and then you need the conservatives to strengthen the iron. It's a whole balance.
It is a balance. Yes.
Right.
It's to sound like really cringe it's like yin yang, right? You need to have the balance between the dark and the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like expansion and, not contraction, but expansion and then hardening. Expansion and hardening, right? Like, what is it? Like a hermit crab, right?
Yep.
You expand and you outgrow your thing, and then you have to find something else and you create your own shell again.
Totally. Yeah. You need each other. I applaud Lex for having both of those guys on because he got bullshit hate from both sides on Twitter or something for doing it, right? And you need to get people. You need to have these conversations. These are important conversations.
But you need the anti-Hamas sentiment too.
We need the anti. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. And I think you should just say pro-Palestine. I don't think anyone's for Hamas. I think that's a very incendiary thing.
Anti-Hamas is Jewish. Yeah,
Anti-Hamas is yeah. But yeah, I mean,
you need that flavor too, and that's the whole thing, right? Conversation creates these things.
Yeah, and I'm sure Lex is going to have that. I hope he does. Someone to explain that. I haven't been listening to all of his podcasts recently. I don't know if he's had any people on explaining this whole conflict.
Yeah, I think the point of exchange of ideas is when you talk, you go towards less barbaric shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because you find out the person in front of you is a human.
Yes.
Right? Like you don't, okay, this isn't some fucking liberal bullshit, guy. I talked to him, he's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have that many differences. And it was kind of a surprise to a lot of people. Like, holy shit, Destiny, this Twitch, liberal streamer, versus like Ben Shapiro, this, juggernaut of conservative value.
I wouldn't call it, I don't want to know if it's a juggernaut.
I'm a juggernaut, but I don't know. I think I have my own thoughts, really. But
I love being married. I've been married. I have 4 kids. But
WAP? What is wet ass pussy? Did you see that one?
No, what did he say?
So he reviewed. This is like a viral thing that he did. It was funny actually. He I don't know if it was ironic, but do you know what Cardi B?
I know who it is. I never heard.
And she made a song called WAP.
WAP.
Yeah, which means wet ass pussy.
Okay.
She literally says wet ass pussy in the song.
Yeah.
And this is a popular song that's played on fucking radio and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck's going on with like society?
Right.
And the thing is, a lot of the jokes were like, oh, you don't know wet ass pussy because you never given a woman a wet ass pussy.
For sure I have. I have a wife. I have 4 children.
Yeah, 4 children. I think I made her come at least once. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Like, no, it was a funny thing. I think he was being ironically playing that satirical character of.
Yeah.